Hey guys, it's me, Cali. Today I'm going to show you my recipe for homemade Boho Body Butter. This stuff is amazingly rich and creamy and nourishing. It's made with 100% organic ingredients and essential oils, and I've customized it with my own personal scent, but you can do the same. I've packaged it in this really cool ball jar with some boho hippie packaging. You can make these for gifts or keep them for yourself. It's a lot of fun, super simple, and if you stick around, I'll show you how I did it. Okay, let's get started, guys. I'll tell you what supplies you're going to need. First off, you're going to need a double boiler, which is basically a pot within a pot. We put water in this part and the ingredients up top. If you don't have one of these, Google how to improvise making one. They're very easy. We're going to need a mixing bowl, a measuring cup. This is a half-cup silicone measure. I have a rubber spatula, as well as a pair of clean chopsticks. You're going to need some type of a mixer. I have a small hand mixer. You can also use an immersion blender if you'd like. And then you're going to need some kind of a jar. You can recycle your jars. I like to use these small ball jars. Make sure you boil them out first and air dry them as well. Try to maintain the cleanest working environment that you can. Now I'll tell you what ingredients we're going to use, and these will all be half-cup measures. So we're going to do a half a cup of organic coconut oil, a half a cup of wild cocoa butter, a half a cup of African shea butter. This is unrefined and raw. Half a cup of sweet almond oil. You could also use grapeseed oil, the oil of your choice, really. I have some vitamin E oil here. This is optional, but I find it's, used as a preservative as well as its moisturizing and healing effect, so I really like it. And then the essential oils of your choice. I'm an earthy girl, so I'm always going to have some patchouli in my fragrance blends. I'm going to add some cedar wood, and I'll probably do about 5 drops of each for this batch. Sandalwood, frankincense, and myrrh. And I also have a pipette in case I don't have a dropper top on some of these. So that's it for supplies, and we'll get started. I'm going to put some water in the double boiler and get that heated up, and we're going to get measuring. Okay, I've measured all our ingredients, and our double boiler's heating up. You can see the water in the bottom there. And I'll just show you everything. Again, this is all in half-cup measurements. So here's our shea butter. And I'm just going to dump it in. Half a cup of the coconut oil. Half cup of our cocoa butter. Come in these cool little chips. And then a half a cup of our almond oil. Again, you can use the oil of your choice. We'll add the vitamin E oil after this has melted all the way down when we're going to cool it. And that's also when we'll add in the essential oils. So basically now you're just going to watch this constantly, stirring it constantly, gently, with love, and it will melt. And when it's fully melted, you're going to take it off the heat. It will take, it's going to vary. So I would say anywhere from 3 to 10 minutes or so. But keep a close eye on it, keep stirring it, be patient with it, and Okay, we're at about 12 minutes, and this is finally totally liquefied. And now we want to remove it from the heat. And at this point, you can leave it in the pan if you'd like, but I'm going to transfer it to my Pyrex bowl, which is a heat-safe bowl. And then I'm going to let it cool for probably 10 minutes or so. This is what we're looking like. Totally liquid. Be careful. So we're going to let this sit for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of our vitamin E oil and our essential oils. So I'll see you back here in about 10 minutes. All right, this is cooled down nicely now, and we're going to add our oils. So I have a 1/4 teaspoon measure here. So we'll add our vitamin E oil. My chopstick. And like I said, use the oils of your choice. Just make sure that they're not irritating to the skin. I love cinnamon, but I would never use it in a body oil product. Okay, I'm just going to go in. You can use anywhere from 10 to 30 drops. Use as much as you'd like. I'm going to do about 5 or 6 drops of each of these oils. It's just my preference. So cedarwood, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish. Some frankincense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My patchouli, can never get enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some sandalwood. Oh, that one's having a hard time. I have my little pipette here too. Okay. And then last but not least, I have some myrrh, and I will use my pipette for that. Okay. Boy, it smells great in here. Okay, so we're just going to mix those up. And the next step, we're going to put this in the fridge and let it not harden, but you want it sort of firm and sort of soft. So let it go for about an hour. And if it gets too hard, you can always take it out and let it thaw and put it back, you know. It's not an exact science, but we want it to firm up, and then we're going to whip it. So I'll let you know. Okay, so while I'm waiting for the butter to firm up, I thought I'd show you how I'm going to decorate my jar. This is totally optional, but it's a good idea for gift giving, whatever. Like I said, I've boiled and sterilized my jars. I have my lid here, and I'm just going to use this as a template. And I have some old tie-dyed fabric scraps, right? And I'm going to use, you can use tailor's chalk or anything, but I have a distress marker here. And I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not going to get exact with it, but I'm going to trace around a few inches all the way around in a circle. And I've already done this, and I'll show you. And then we're going to cut it out. Okay, and now we have our circle, and you have, you know, a couple of options here. You could either put your lid on this way and put this over the top, and I like to use jute twine. All right, and you can use this as a tie and just kind of wrap it around. You could use any kind of ribbon. All right. I have some charms here that I might want to use. All right, little peace sign, a fairy, some kind of boho, you know, whatever you want. Use your imagination. You can use old jewelry. So that's an option if you want to do it that way. Or, and this is the way that I'm going to do it, put your butter in, put your lid on, put your cloth over the top, and as long as your cloth isn't too thick, this will work, and you can screw your lid right on, right over the top of the cloth. Okay? There we go. So I just think that looks cool like that. And again, you can embellish around the top with some twine or whatever you want to do. You could add something to the top here, but that's what I'm going to choose to do, and I just wanted to show you. So I'll be back. I'll check on our butter. It should be just about ready to go. Okay, I just checked this, and we're still not ready yet. The top has a skin on it, but when I press, see how liquid that is still? So I'm going to let it go a few more minutes. Keep checking it. Okay, I think we're good to go now. It's been well over an hour, and you can see, and again, my hands are clean, but it's got a good press to it, okay? But it's not totally firm. So now we're just going to take our little hand mixer and start to mix it. And you're going to continue to mix it, start out slow, and then whip it for a good, 3 to 5 minutes at least. So I'm going to start that, and then I'll see you back here when I'm done. Okay, so I did this for a good 5 minutes, making sure, I got around the edges really good, and it's nice and whipped. And now I'm going to just put it back in the refrigerator for about 10 minutes and let it firm up just a little bit more before I put it into my jar. And one of the great benefits about doing this is that you get to rub all this extra stuff right into your hands. So I'm going to put this in the fridge, and we'll see you back when it's time to put it in the jar. Okay, now we're ready to put it in our jar, which is really pretty self-explanatory, but I'm just going to use this little spatula guy to help me along. You could use a spoon, whatever you want to do. Fill it up. Okay, I like to pack it down a little bit, try to get rid of the air bubbles. It smells amazing. And this will last quite a while, a few months. Keep it in a cool, dry place. Okay. I will use the extras, trust me. And then, so what we're doing with our lid, I'll just close this up, and I am going to just tie the twine around the top. Okay, so I'll see you back when this is all tied up, and I'm going to use our peace charm. So, see you in a second. Okay guys, here we have it. All done. I don't know if you saw me struggling with the lid before. My hands were so oily that they were sliding around, but it went on no problem. And I just wrapped some jute twine around, added our charm, and I'm going to call this done. So I hope you've enjoyed this. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would love it if you do. I make videos very frequently. I welcome your feedback. I hope you guys are having a great week. Take care. I'll talk to you really soon. Peace and love. Bye-bye.